can start.
Hi, I'm Noel, and that's John Hong. And our topic is the internet and its effects on Taiwan. Oh, sorry. So here's the outline. First of all, I'll talk about the survey techniques. Then Pauline and I will explain the methodology that which we would like to conduct in the future. And then I'll talk about the internet usage in Taiwan. Then Pauline will explain the purpose of using internet, and he'll also explain the data of the after impacted by COVID-19, and then we'll wrap up with the conclusion.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all is a survey technique, which is also the data tracking. So the survey, the responder range is the residents across the whole country, which is Taiwan, and it's the people 12 or over 10 years old. And the survey population is when the survey is conducted, the population which meets the requirements, which is 12 or over 12 years old, is about 21.2 million people. And the survey period is between August 3rd, 2020 to August 16th, 2020. And the sample size is 2,664 people. And the design is random sampling. Okay, so Pauline will explain about the methodology.
Okay. So before we analyze our data, we try to find the best strategy to analyze our data. So here is some. We find several, and right now I'm going to explain to you, talk about what we find, and Noble will give you guys the one that we think is the most suitable for our data. Well, for the first one is exponential regression. Well, this first kind of analyze is suitable for a data that is increasing or decreasing very fast. But it has a small problem, that is if the data include negative values or like zeros, you cannot apply this one. And for the second one is the polynomial regression. Well, as for polynomial regression, it is suitable for fluctuating data, and you can analyze it by finding the power of data. Like the number of power is the fluctuating point, or the number of the number of data fluctuated, or the curve inflection point. And the last one is logarithmic regression. Well, for logarithmic regression, it is suitable for data that increase very fast at the first, but then it turns steady after a while. And it is a little bit similar like exponential, but the point is for the logarithmic regression, your data can include 0 or negative values. And now Noble will tell you about the one that we think is the most suitable for our data.
Okay, so this is a multivariate regression, which we think is the best one for our data, because most of our data got multiple variables. And so the advantage is it can find the relation between multiple variables, which is suitable for our data. And it also can find correlation between independent variables. However, it got disadvantages such as it's complex to conduct, and it needs large data sets to obtain a more accurate result. Okay, so now we'll move on to our data. The first one is the internet usage in Taiwan, the internet penetration rate to the generation. So the graph is that's a graph of the internet penetration rate to generation between the period of from 2018 to 2020. So as you can see, generation XYZ maintain a steady rate. However, generation 56 or above reached their peak at 2019 and then started to decrease at 2020. And I'm not sure what caused that happen because after 2020 the pandemic started to happen. I personally think that the rates should increase but not decrease, but I'm not sure. And the next one is a more detailed one. It's a penetration to age, but not a generation. But this is not a period in 2018 to 2020. It's only 2020. And it's as expected before the penetration rate before 55 is on 90 plus percent. Started to decrease after 55 years old, dropped to 40 to 27 when it's 65 or above, which is as expected because elderly use internet less than younger people. And then we'll talk about the online shopping behavior. So the gap is the online shopping rates to generation in the same period, 2018 to 2020. So most of every generation maintains the same trend, which meets the peak at 2019 and drop at 2020. And this is pretty interesting because I mentioned it before. I think that the pandemic happened in 2020, so the online shopping rates should increase. However, it's actually going down, so I'm not sure what happens. But it's obvious that Generation Y has the highest rate, and it's as expected because Generation Y have the financial ability to buy more, and Generation Z, because we can't afford that much, so we don't have the highest rate. But we got the second because as the age grew, the online shopping rate should go down. Okay, so this one is the online shopping spending to the generation, and at the same period from 2018 to 2020. And most of the trend looks the same. However, Generation X actually have an opposite side, which is the increasing rate decline after 2019. I'm not sure about this either because 2020 is a pandemic. I think that everyone should increase because we can't go outside, but it's actually declining, and I'm not sure. So we need to analyze the data, then we may be able to explain the situation. Now, Pauline will talk about the purpose of Taiwanese using internet.
Okay. Now I'm going to talk about some of the main purpose that Taiwanese people use internet. And before we talk about it, I'm going to show you two graphs. This is for the using time of internet. And as you can see, the peak hour is around 18 to like midnight. And so we're gonna analyze the data during that time. And so during that time, as you can see, most of the usage of internet is for like entertaining or relaxing, and it's really not connected to like the work environment or study environment. They're all just for entertaining. Well, but this thing changed after the COVID-19 pandemic for Taiwan. Okay, and as you can see, after the COVID-19, all the usage of internet increase, the rate of increase is bigger than decrease. Well, and the three subjects that increase the most is food delivery, online courses, and news. And as you can see, after the COVID, we rely on internet more strongly, and it did speed up the way the internet changes our life. First of all, like online food delivery. I believe in recent year, people in Taiwan feel very obvious about it. Like we often use like Uber Eats or Food Panda, and some of the very large fast food restaurant, they even have their own food delivery system. And for the second one, online course. And since the last year we suffered from the COVID pandemic, like all school like started to set up their online courses, and honestly, it is a little bit disadvantage of us because since we happened the COVID pandemic after other countries, so by the time other countries they already have established a fulfilled system for online courses. And the last one is for the online news. And as you can, I think everyone can agree that the online media is like fastly replacing for the traditional media like TV or radio, such as that. And now I'm going to make a conclusion that we hope in the future we can use multivariate regression to analyze our topic, but I think that we need to find more data because since we need more data to make the result more accurate. And although we personally believe that the more usage of internet will benefit our life, but I'm still going to talk about some advantage and disadvantage about the internet. Well, the first of all is it can make our work more efficient and we can solve a problem more easily by internet. And also the instant communication makes people connected stronger than before. But there are also some disadvantages, like for children they might get addicted to online game, and for the elderly they might feel frustrated and difficult to catch up since the internet changed very fast. And also the fake news and false information. These are our opinion about the internet's usage in Taiwan, and this is our presentation. Here are our references. Thank you.